I've just seen that. Okay,
Okay.
cool. All right. It's the Elm Mob on the 29th of June 2018. Sorry, it's the Y Mob, not the Elm Mob.
Yeah.
But we're looking to do some Elm right now. Yeah. Matt, I don't mind if you want to drive, then I don't mind. That would be cool.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind, but you're gonna have to walk me through it, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be.
I guess you're
I
interested
guess.
in the Elm.
Yeah, I definitely. I think I came to we had an Elm mob when a little while back, and I yeah, I'm definitely interested in learning. It seems really interesting. But I think I remember I think I asked you in that first if like why Elm, and then you sent me a link about that I actually revisited yesterday when we were talking about it, and um yeah, it seems cool.
Okay, cool. I can't remember that. You mean why would you use Elm?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think because you can escape from the JavaScript hell in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's definitely opinionated about how a web app should be made, and there's a lot of cool things that it does that make things easier. Yeah, at least it gives you direction for sure. It has an opinion about things, and that's really nice.
Yeah.
It's. I think we were. I feel like that link you sent me was kind of comparing it to some of the other
frameworks,
client side rendering like Ember and React and stuff. But
yeah, this just sounds like the homepage where it just shows you there's like 4 things that Elm's good for, and one of them is speed of rendering.
Now, should I fork it and clone it, or should I clone it?
I guess just clone it. So this is the Agile Ventures repository, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what's no. It's safer, isn't it, to fork it?
Yeah, I mean, I know that on like website one and local support we fork, but then on things like Championer one we just we don't. But then it's set up to where you can't just merge the changes yourself. You need a review, so that kind of protects against people trying to just merge stuff that.
Yeah. Okay. Tell you what. This time we'll fork and then clone,
Okay.
and we'll see how that, and then we'll bring it down to just cloning later, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, because I guess also as well, like it depends on if you have things set up to not deploy unless it passes some CI build or something.
Okay. Well, I'm nowhere near that with Y.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's so. It's up to you. It's up to you. I don't really care either way. Yeah.
All right. So I've already cloned it. I've already oh, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to actually change into the Y. And then I want to open up my editor.
Okay. We should be focusing on Matt's screen. Cool.
Right. So it's not in the contracts, but you said there was a folder for the interface, but I'm not seeing that.
No, maybe I've just ignored that bit. Oh no, okay, so this is just the contract folder actually. This is what I have in my machine is a contract folder that contains the contracts folder and the migrations thing. So,
Yeah.
question is whether this should be a separate repository for the interface. I feel like that's probably an okay way to start things. I don't know what's the best way to start things here. If in doubt, I guess having a separate repository makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, I have less experience, I guess, but like I know, like on RFM, there's like separate folders for front end and back end. So I wonder if we could, like, I guess that's what you're talking about having like that interface directory.
Yeah, definitely a separate directory from contracts. So yeah, and this is on the develop branch here, okay, which is fine. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with this project. The project is called Y, and and is Elm, and the backend is Elixir or something.
No, there is no backend because it's a smart contract.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I guess you could say that Ethereum is the backend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you know much about smart contracts or Ethereum blockchain?
No, I just heard a lot of things, but never played or made a toy app. Never.
No. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we've developed the backend already. What we have so far is the backend.
Ah, okay. So you're doing the front in Elm to access the contracts.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yep.
Cool.
So we're looking at Matt's view of the. So I guess if you make a top level, maybe front end would be fine. I guess front end makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we'll need Elm in there.
Right. So I've switched to the front end, and then I need to install Elm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it matter? It wouldn't matter the operating system I'm on, would it?
There's a guide on the here.
Oh, so maybe it does. Configure your editor. Oh no, that's
no. There was at the top. There were three things.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
npm installer maybe.
Yeah, I guess so.
So published 2 months ago. I don't know if you want to have a look at but right. So I would put this npm installing behind a Proxer server. No,
unless you have a proxy server.
No, I don't. I'm not even really sure what it was. Okay, so
you need to install Node.js and npm.
I should have that installed globally.
Okay.
But I don't know if you need to specify that in the front end or in this directory.
Okay.
And also, does it matter what node version I'm using and stuff?
Shouldn't do.
No.
So that still seems empty, but maybe that's normal. So if I
well, there's a package.json for the project. At the top, in the root of the project, there's a package.json. So you just
yeah, it's a list of all the packages, like a manifesto.
Yeah.
Although I need to run npm install.
Although it didn't look like it saved it there. Maybe
what do you mean?
like refresh that page if you can.
This page here?
Yeah, just click away and then click to it again. Oh, okay. Oh, you've installed it globally, haven't you? Yeah, it doesn't
front end.
Yeah, yeah, but when you install globally, it doesn't save that to the package.json. All we've done is
installed Elm on my machine
on your computer. Yeah, so now you can do Elm if you just type Elm, then and press enter.
Or -b. You have.
Yeah, now you've got Elm.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What do you suggest, Alan? Sorry.
Elm-b, just to check if you know -b the version.
Version. Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, just to check if you have installed the latest version.
Yeah, that's the latest version.
Yeah. So you can run Elm-package install to install the packages in the package.json.
Package install like this?
No, you don't want to install.
No?
That's for installing Elm packages. You don't need to.
Okay.
Yeah, this is so that we can compile Elm to JavaScript, and then run those files in the browser.
No, it's Elm-package all together.
Oh, yeah, that's the package manager for Elm. So if you wanted to want to install an Elm package, then you can use that command. But we don't need to do that now.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
So this here is not correct then? Having all this in the
front end?
No, that's still okay because I guess the package.json is for the entire project always, isn't it? It's not like you don't have separate. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. At the root level, it's still at the root level, so it's fine. Any npm installs we do will get recorded there. But we did a global install, so it's not gonna be recorded there.
Okay.
So, do we need to run a different install for it to install just for this package?
I guess what we could do is we could do a local install of Elm. Then you'd have to use. Do you have npx?
Maybe. Yeah, because I've been running the.
We could do that. I've never done that with Elm before. It would just mean that, yeah, I guess the next person to pick the project up would automatically install Elm for them. Yeah, I guess that would be a good idea. You might want to uninstall Elm globally after that.
Yeah. So npx install?
No, it's just npm install, and then you use npx to call Elm after you've installed it.
Like this?
But with dash capital D to save it to the developer dependencies. Yeah.
So then you said use npx to call it, like npx elm develop?
Yeah, npx elm make, or yeah.
Okay.
And that would be like, would that be from its own directory, like we've done previously with npx, or? Opa.
npx should just handle that for you. Like it should. The idea is that you can use the elm command the same way that you would use it if it's installed globally. Okay. So you shouldn't have to worry about which directory you're in, as long as you're in the Y directory.
Is there a reason why we have 7 vulnerabilities? I've seen these before. Growl, debug.
Okay. Yeah. So I saw those a couple of days ago. I saw the Growl one, I think.
Yeah, I've seen this many times with the been a headache with. You can run npm install save dev elm @1 to resolve 5 of these vulnerabilities.
I guess so.
Or should we just leave it as a global install and?
That makes sense then. We're not tying ourselves down to a version of Elm for this project, if that's a problem. I'm not sure. This is the first time I've seen. Yeah, I saw this on GitHub a couple of days ago, and I think it was coming from Truffle then, not Elm.
Yeah, like we were using with Elixir, and it was coming up with all these dependencies as well, you know. Vulnerabilities, sorry.
Yeah. What's the critical one?
The critical one is Growl, yeah.
Yeah, Truffle.
Yeah. So should I say uninstall?
I guess so, yeah. Uninstall Elm. But that's not going to solve the critical one.
Yeah, you're right. But
this would be this would be a great reason not to use Truffle, because there's no guarantee, even if we fix that one now, that we're not going to have to keep dealing with these things.
I found a really interesting article the other day that I shared here that talks about this. I don't know, maybe it's not relevant, so if it's not, then sorry for the waste of time. But
oh no, share it, and then we'll move on and we'll focus on We'll just focus on the Elm development now.
All right, cool. Yeah,
and then well, you can share that if you like now, but because I'd be interested in reading it, because I'm obviously cool. It's important for the project, but
yeah, we don't want to get. It's very easy to get sucked into a DevOps mob.
Yeah, right. Okay. So cool. Now we have Elm installed. Let's do some. Let's think about what we need our application to do. I guess I said at the beginning, the web page is going to need to call the contract when it opens. Let's assume that it's done that bit, and let's just concentrate on the Elm. So then JavaScript is going to send the 1% that it's read from the contract to Elm, so that Elm can show it on the screen. So let's make an Elm web page that's going to display a % on the screen.
Yeah. So I'm in the command line to do something like Elm generate, or no?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So every Elm program has a main.elm file.
Okay. Except for this didn't seem to actually have generated any files. So do I need to have some Elm start or Elm?
No, I don't think so. No, I think we have to start by making the file first, and then, we run Elm on that.
What did you say the name of the file is?
Main. And it's main with a capital M by convention, if not like mandatory. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Now, like a really simple way of doing this, let's just go to elm-lang.org, and we'll see like the simplest version of an Elm web page, just to get started.
Yeah, that's the page I'm on already. So, sample.
No, I think we need to go to elm-lang.org.
Oh, sorry, not the guides.
Yeah. Oh.
There we go.
Okay, and go to Try Online and Hello World. Yeah, that's the simplest Elm program possible. Cool, and then let's compile that, right? So save that, and then Elm make main.elm. Yeah.
I need to. Oh.
Yeah, that's cool.
I need to. Speaking of packages, it seems like I need to download a package for Atom as well.
Cool. So it's made us. So open that index.
Open it in the editor or open it in the browser?
In the browser.
So is the server already running, or I need to start it somehow?
You can just open index.html.
Oh, really?
I mean, from file.
From file, like,
yeah.
What do you mean? From here?
I mean, yeah, copy full path and then open that in browser.
There we go.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so if you look at that program, it's just, I mean, at main.elm. In general, we don't need to look at the. So this is that's the compiled JavaScript that the browser's running. But what that program is, so every Elm program has a main, and that text "Hello World" is generating HTML, which is then displayed by the browser.
So we want, instead of "Hello World," we wanted to grab the information from our JavaScript function.
Yeah, and what? Yeah, I guess what we'll do is when we'll specify that that percent is passed to the Elm program when the Elm program starts up.
Okay.
So and then the Elm program can get on and display it straight away. So what's the quickest way to go from here? So yeah, you can try that text 1%. So text is a function that's going to render that 1% as a text. It's actually a text node. So that text is representing an HTML text node, which is you never see it in raw HTML. It's like it's just an HTML DOM element.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So okay. So we can
this text part. You mean?
Yeah. So I guess we need to try and how can we think about how to move this on?
This doesn't have like live reloading. I would need to run elm make main.elm again, and then it would change.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, there's Elm Reactor, which can do some things for you at the beginning, but then as soon as you want to interact with JavaScript, which is what we want to do, you can't use it anymore.
Yeah.
So you can do reloading with Elm. You can do live reloading with Elm Reactor.
Yeah. Have you heard of I just a side note, because we both use Atom. Have you heard of that teletype where we can like I can share my screen with you and you can go adding code at the same time?
I think I've heard of it. It may have been you who mentioned it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think now how we can what the next best step is.
Do you have any ideas, Alan?
No, not really. I don't know the functions in JavaScript, so I'm right now just looking at the black box. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I'm in the same place, so.
Yeah, sorry.
So yesterday we got it up to a point where we had a JavaScript function. We were calling the contract from JavaScript in the browser, and it was returning 1%. So let's imagine that we have that code working, and now we're going to send that 1% into our Elm program for it to then pick it up. So what we can do is we need to. So in order for Elm to do that, we need to do a program with flags. A flag is a piece of data that's passed to an Elm program on startup.
Yeah.
So if you instead of having main equals text 1%, we'll have main equals HTML dot program with flags.
HTML dot program with flags. Look at that.
Yeah.
I knew what I wanted.
And then that's a function that takes an argument, which is an Elm record, which is like an object or a hash.
Yep.
And in Elm there are no curly brackets. Sorry, there are no parens. It's like Haskell or ML. Yeah, white space arguments. Yeah. So you have a record, so curly brackets. And then it has fields. So, and the 4 fields here are init.
Like this?
No, so sorry, the keys are init.
That's a record.
There's no record key. Yeah, so yeah, init, and there's no colon, it's an equal. Yeah. Init equals, we'll call it init for now. That's not going to make much sense, but just bear with me on that. The next one, and there's a comma, and then the next one is update, and call that equals update. View equals view, and subscriptions equals subscriptions.
And no spaces in between, like I've written.
It doesn't matter, but I never spend time formatting with Elm because as Elm has an auto format thing, which is great.
Yeah, I remember that from our first pairing on this together, or mobbing on this.
So if you're tempted to format, I'd rather you just downloaded the plugin to do that.
I was looking for it here, but I didn't find. Is it called Elm?
It's called Elm Format.
Here we go. Elm, language Elm. Here we go.
Yeah.
So I'll just do that real quick.
That might just be the Atom adapter, and you might need to install Elm Format separately. So click on Elm Format there. Or maybe okay, you've got it installed now. See if it just works. Okay.
So how would I see if it works?
Go to settings in Elm format.
Settings.
And change format on oh, it's clicked already. Format, it will format on save. So just save that file and see if it formats.
I find the Elm format binary, check the Elm format packaging setting space.
Yeah, you need to install.
Preferences, packages, Elm format settings.
Okay, this is where I would go back to the Elm format website, because I think it will, hopefully it will give you, obviously Elm format can be used with different editors. We've got the Elm format for Atom. We need to install Elm format proper.
From the command line, you mean?
No. Oh well, I don't know how it will be. There's like a top level Elm format project which you haven't installed yet. So like all of the logic of Elm format we need to install.
Okay. Using Elm format.
There we go.
This is the actual page you're looking for.
Yeah.
So Elm format is still in alpha.
But you need to install with npm, right? Elm format from the terminal.
Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's the experimental version. Don't install that.
But maybe just like this first part here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Elm format.
And then I have with the that. So.
And we haven't had to do all this previously because there is an online Elm editor called Ellie that does all of this for us.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah.
That's Ellie before, and then you can, I remember that.
Yeah, and like now I'm starting to think maybe we should have been using that, but I don't know that we'll be able to do all this stuff with JavaScript as well from Ellie. So. It will definitely work once we've installed this.
Yeah, it works. Did you see?
Oh, cool. Yeah, so it's all done. Great. That was nice. Yeah. One thing you can do is if you bring update equals update down onto a new line and then save again. Yeah, and it formats the records like that.
Nice. And this I can get rid of, no?
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So each of those values in that record, like init equals init, we'll have to define what init is and what update is and view and subscriptions, but that's okay. Because we need to.
So we define what they are in the same file, or?
Yeah. So yeah, the most important one that we need is init, because that's what's going to take our 1%. So it's gonna need to take an argument which will be %. Yeah. And then equals. And it will return, it needs to return a tuple of the model for the program and a command. So that's what Elm is expecting init to return. So a tuple is like parens with a comma.
Parens with a comma?
Like that, yep. And the left side is going to be the model, and we can just have that as %. Yep. And the right side is going to be, we don't need it to be anything, so just do CMD for command, capital C, MD, .none. Cool. Okay.
That's so nice.
Isn't it nice? Yeah. Update can just be, update needs to take two arguments, message and model. And it can just return %. You're right. It does need to be. No, it needs to be a tuple, like you were going to do with command none as the second argument. Yeah. View. We want to be the view of the %. So the view always takes a model argument. Yeah. It only takes one argument. So equals. We could just do text. So this isn't a tuple. This is going to render the here was where we specify the HTML that we want on the page, the view.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So text, just text model.
Text model.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's now a text node, just like before, where it was text 1%. But we're expecting our model to be the string 1%, because that's what's going to get sent into the program initially.
Yeah.
And it's not going to change.
That's going to come from init, or is that going to?
Yeah. So init
starting up.
Yeah. What init returns initially is like the initial state, the initial model, and a command. So the initial model is going to be whatever argument we give to init, because it's just going to be %.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Alan?
Yeah.
Cool. And then subscriptions we don't have to worry about just yet. So subscriptions takes one argument called model. And we can just return sub.non at the moment. Capital S. That's it. That should compile. Elm, yeah, that's it. Okay, cool.
Naming error. Oh, okay. I don't need to worry about that.
Yeah. So cannot find it, it's capital H.
And what about that %?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Just fix the first one.
HTML. Where did I put HTML?
At the top.
There we go. HTML with program with flags.
Yeah.
Cannot find variable %. One variable %.
Which is it complaining about?
The one on line 20. So this one here.
Okay, that's fair enough. Just call it model.
Okay.
Yeah, because we don't have any update functionality at the moment, so it will just return the same model. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
So then what happens if I come here? Still have hello world. Trying to initialize the main module with an unexpected flag. I tried to convert it to an Elm value, but ran into this problem. Expected a string, but instead got undefined. Yeah, that makes sense because we're not giving it anything.
There we go.
I mean, yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we need to do that. I can point us now to the documentation because it's a little bit fiddly to get this right. So if we go to the guide.elmlang.org where you were previously. Yeah, and then go down to JavaScript on the left. I think this is where we need to be.
At some point, your Elm program is probably going to need to talk to JavaScript.
There we are.
By embedding Elm in HTML and sending messages back and forth between Elm and JavaScript. This way we can have access embedded in HTML. This we've already done, right?
Yep.
Okay, now the compiler will generate. We've done that. This is going to do 3 important things. Talk to JavaScript. There are 2 major ways of Elm and JavaScript to talk to each other, parts and flags. So we've already chose the flags way, right? So I skip here to flags. The second way is flags. You can think of this as a static configuration for your Elm program. Instead of creating a program with the program function, we can use the program with flags. So say, yeah, we did that, right? This here we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but on the JavaScript side, this is where we need to focus, maybe?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
We start the program like this, variable app, elm.myapp.fullscreen, the user and toker. Or if you want to embed your app, then the node document.getElement by ID my app.
No, we just want full screen.
Okay.
For now.
So on the JavaScript side means that I need to leave. Then I would create another file in the front end, or I would have the JavaScript in a different.
Okay, what we need to do is, yeah, we need a little JavaScript of our own, and we can do that within index.html.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there's loads of JavaScript there already, but that's all. Don't worry about that. That we can delete all of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, actually, a better way to do this might be just to delete index.html and start again.
Okay. So delete. Then Elm main. Elm make main.
Well, no, because that will give us back the same index.html. If you go back to the guide, because there was a little instruction about what to do.
Okay.
Near the top.
Passed over it. Parts here.
Top. There. Embed in HTML. Step 1.
Okay.
So normally we would be doing Elm make and then just like that, and it generates in HTML. But here we're going to do Elm make and then output output equals main.js. Yeah. So then we'll end up with a separate JS file full of Elm.js.
But this doesn't need to be source, right? Because it's not in source.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, it seems like this Elm make with a hyphen in the middle does the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same program. I don't know why they've decided to do it 2 different ways.
Yeah.
Do you know why, potentially, Alan?
I don't know. Maybe because it can make your life easy.
Yeah, it seems like Elm is really concerned with like people like me who decide like, oh, Elm make is Elm and then space make, and they're like, oh no, not really, but whatever.
Well, maybe it's not actually in their control. Like Elm-make is the name of the program, and that's probably lying on the operating system somewhere, so that you can call it, you can invoke it like that. But they wanted you to do Elm space make. But then they're not using it in the documentation, so it doesn't make sense. So let's move on. Okay, we've got now a main.js. Now we need an index.html that's going to initialize the Elm application.
Is there stuff I can copy from this to get it started, or
no? So we want to paste in what that code was on the website, which was about the full screen thing.
Oh, here. Now the compiler will generate a JavaScript file and lets you initialize your program like this.
Yeah, so you could just copy that. That's some HTML. That can be our index.html.
This whole thing.
Yeah, just copy it all, and then we'll put in the JavaScript we want.
So we're not going to use this node.
No, we'll do a full screen one. So just get rid of all of that and just put our JavaScript in there. Yeah. Which was
yeah, it's going to be here. This variable app equals elm.myapp.
That's it.
Full screen. Like this, but maybe this needs to be like that. Oh, we don't have to worry about that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you've got a JavaScript formatter, it might handle that for you, but
yeah,
it makes no difference. Yeah.
So we don't got my app.
Yeah, so at this point, I think it's just called main because we called our file. Look at the Elm file. Module main, yeah. So it's looking for that.
Right. And then we don't want to have this whole thing. We can get rid of, right?
Yeah, we get rid of the whole object, including the curly braces. Yeah. And you know what? I guess you know what to type there.
This is the function that we wrote.
This is okay. The function that we wrote is going to pass the value to this initializing thing. So let's just pretend that the function has returned the value, and now we're going to pass that value to the Elm program so that it can start up with that value like in its memory.
Yeah.
This is the %.
Ah, yeah, %, because it's the model name.
Well, no. So this is the actual %. So imagine that.
Oh, but it's gonna vary, right? So.
Yeah, but we'll need to write that. This is just to show that we can pass a value to Elm and then it will come up on the screen.
Yeah.
This is just proving that. So just imagine that it's 1%, or imagine that it's.
Okay.
This is just the value that we'll get from JavaScript. Look, this is what we were getting yesterday, yeah? And then we're just going to pass it in like that. Right.
Yeah, okay. So this is going to be replaced, instead of a string with 1%, this is going to be replaced with the return value.
Yeah, from reading the contract.
And then now I need to run make again, or?
I think you ran that before. So if you just open this index.html.
Oh, yeah. So it would be. Ah.
Okay. Cool.
Hey. All right. Well, that was cool.
Yeah.
So how do we actually? Because yeah, I mean that's cool, except for that we needed to actually talk to the function.
Okay. So. Yeah, you're right. Let's do. I guess that's the next step, isn't it? I'm trying to think the best way to get that back. So, do you have MetaMask installed?
No, I was wondering if you want me to push, and you can drive for the.
Yeah. Okay.
That might make the most sense.
Yeah. That's we can do that.
I mean, I'm happy to get MetaMask and stuff installed and whatever, but.
Yeah, but there might be other things too, and yeah, it's going to be, yeah, you can hand over.
So the only thing is that I forked it, right? So how is that going to work? Yeah. And why? Oh, hold on. Yeah, but why is it just showing? Oh, there we go. Because front end, yeah. Okay. Would you be able to? Would I have to put in a PR request on the Agile Ventures repository, and then you can work from the Agile Ventures repository?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, let's try that.
So I'm gonna add everything. Get status, just to make sure. Right, so all this is stuff that we want to be pushing the code up, or is this because of the global stuff?
Oh yeah, we don't want. You want to ignore the Elm stuff.
So get reset head.
I don't know. You're better at this than me.
Get reset head in the file. So I think everything from front end. Oh, let's see. What did that do? Yeah, cool. So then I want to come back to the get ignore, and I want to ignore. What do I want to be ignoring? Sorry.
The Elm stuff.
Okay, so front end / Elm stuff.
Yeah.
And / Elm stuff.
Yeah.
That's a funny name for it.
Yeah, and you can also ignore the main dot. Oh no, don't ignore the main.js.
Okay, so that's all.
Do ignore the main.js.
Okay. So, and then front end main. No, it's not capital, is it? No. Main.js, because you're gonna, every time you run Elm make, it's gonna create a main.js of the current main.elm.
Yeah, and it's gonna get all of the Elm stuff necessary as well.
Right. So if I add everything again, is that gonna work? Because sometimes, yeah, that looks good. No.
Yeah.
Or is there still something that?
But it's okay.
Yeah, we want to be pushing up this Elm package and the package lock.
Yeah.
Okay, so get commits -m starts Elm front end.
Or you could say like start Elm with %. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna have to say get push -u origin. Oh, no, I'm on develop. Okay. Now, hold on. Let me do get remote -v. Right. Yeah. So get push -u origin develop, I guess.
Yeah.
Master. Well, I'm on develop, so I guess it would make more sense for it to be. All right. So, why did I do that? So that should be there now. Then if I come here to my GitHub, that's not mine. Where's mine? That's not mine. That's not mine. Right. Here's where I forked it. Yep, here's where I forked it. But actually, if I search for Agile, jump to Agile Ventures, then it should show. No, it doesn't show. Huh. Commits.
Did you make it? You haven't made a pull request, have you?
No, but I thought that the last time I did that, it showed on like, because I make a pull request from the Agile Ventures, right?
I guess so.
New pull
you forked the Agile Ventures report. I'll check on mine as well. But
because the base fork right now is set to the will Y. So if I set it to the Agile Venture, no, base develop.
Well, I haven't got any pull requests on my base fork.
So so the head fork I need to change to Matt, and then I need to change this to that. So the base fork is going to be the Agile Ventures develop, and the head fork is going to be mine develop. and then then I have here, and then I create a pull request, and I say good fun, and then pull request, and then review required. So I guess, do you want to review that? Oh, or maybe that needs to be reviewed by. Yeah, I guess you'd be able to review as Agile Ventures, no?
Yeah.
Cool. And we'll go to your screen now, no?
Yeah, okay.
Cool. That was awesome.
Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to clone this.
It's funny you need to clone a forked version of your own project.
Yeah, because to be honest, I don't have a lot of experience with GitHub and Git, so so if I just do it here. My hope is that if I just create new copies of things each time, then eventually there'll be one that it becomes. I'll get Git down without having to do so much like micro study of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've just very recently learned the power of like creating branches. You know, like I've done development just on my own stuff, and then I've kind of haven't really seen the need for it, but then I started using it, helping out with, because you need to help out with the Agile Ventures stuff. And then I've realized, like, ran into some problems where it didn't pass the CI and then it blocked deployment. And it's like, oh, but I just want to make some little change that I know is going to pass and then it'll be in production, but I couldn't because I didn't check out a branch,
Yeah, so I think like you have to learn Git in context always. Like there's no point in learning it. So yeah, you only learn like the new stuff because your context changed. Like you were helping out with Agile Ventures.
Yeah, exactly.
I've tried to learn Git, just Git, and yeah, no, I think you need context every time. Oops. Okay, so what I should be able to do now is go into the front end directory.
I don't think it actually. I don't think it worked.
From dash e end.
I'm in there. I'm in the.
Okay.
So I'll need to elm make main elm with an output main.js. So if I open that, what's the command? You can do open index.html, right?
Right.
Okay. And then let's go into the console. Oh, well, let's do this in Chrome. Oh, and we need to serve this from localhost now because MetaMask only works with localhost. So Python.
Nice. Get a little sprinkle of Python.
Yeah, that's about all I use Python for. I am learning it though. I'm learning it to teach it, but I don't use it. 8,000. Okay, here we are. Now we have MetaMask. We need to spin up the blockchain and deploy the smart contract. So let's do that. Oh dear. I was in the wrong directory, I think. All right, well, we got it. Oh, no, that's not going to work. I think we can do it from here, can't we? Oh, no. All right, let's see if that works.
Compilation failed. See above. Defining constructors as functions with the same name as the contract is deprecated. And that deprecate is probably okay, no?
Oh, okay.
Use construct or blah, blah, blah instead.
This is because we're using a new version of Truffle.
Okay.
And you're still on, what is it, the solidity 0 or no? What was it that you said there's 0 and 1?
Yeah, I guess I've been on. The contract is written for that for 0.4.19. But the Truffle that has just been downloaded, that doesn't make sense because the Truffle in the npx in the package.json. So I'm going to quit this and I'm going to try. So hang on, there should be package.json, right? So there's Truffle 4.10. So if I do npx Truffle, it should use that. I'm in the right directory. I don't understand why doing npx Truffle.
I just cloned the repo again and run the npx Truffle develop, and everything went okay.
Oh, I know why. I haven't npm installed.
Yeah, the Truffle.
That's going to get the right Truffle now.
Yeah.
Okay, so now. Yeah, now it's just working. Cool. So now we should be able to. This should work without a problem now. Cool. So Alan, what we've done there is I've spun up a blockchain on my computer, and I've deployed the contracts to this address on that blockchain. So now we can start interacting with it.
Okay.
Okay. So this is like the main code of the project that we're building this front end for. So okay, now we should be able to get a handle of that in the browser. And Metamask is tuned into the private network. Yeah, okay, I've tuned. So Metamask is like my client for using the blockchain. So it's got like my accounts on it.
Okay.
So I can use it to call my contract. We just need to do a few things, don't we, Matt? But we did yesterday. We're just trying to grab a reference to our contract now so that we can interact with it and get this % from it. So let's go, creates a contract object for a contract. So I'm just going to rush through this.
Yeah, I don't.
We need to put the
I have
ABI.
to go. Not too long. I've got
Okay.
had some friends show up, and I feel a little rude, but.
Oh, okay. Okay. So.
But yeah, I prefer to see.
Well, we can pause here. What we're trying to do is to get this value to be dynamic, aren't we? Or coming from the contract itself.
Yep.
And there isn't going to be any more Elm here now. It's just going to be JavaScript getting that value into Elm.
Mm-hmm.
So we can pick this up another time. I'd like to go for a walk actually before it gets dark, and it's going to be hot. It's going to be dark in 20 minutes or so.
Oh, so maybe that's a good stopping point. But I mean, I'm definitely interested in. I mean, I need to pick up. I need to get better at JavaScript as well. So I'm definitely interested in pairing on it whenever you're available. But
okay, yeah, me too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool. All right. Yeah, let's call it a day for now, and I'll make a note of what we're doing, and then we'll pick it up next week.
Great.
Yeah. Sorry, I know you just suggested that you start driving, and then.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, or is there something we can we get to the? I think we can be finished in 5 or 10 minutes.
I mean, I'm definitely can stay for 5 or 10 minutes if.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get the ABI from wherever that is, which is here. Here. So this is like the interface to the contract. And that's going here. Now we have the contract object. So now we need to give the contract.
Initiate it.
Yeah, object the address of the contract. So that's.
Yeah.
So it's going to be object dot at, and then paste the address, which was here. Cool. So now we can call donation proportion. Well, we'll give it our function, shall we? Well, we need to do this console.log.
Can you clear your console just so it moves to the top because it's covered by our.
Yeah. Okay. And then let's get our function from yesterday, which I just jumped in here. Oh, we need to define it first. Yeah. Now that should have given us something. That should have given us 1%, I think. Let me see if I can just see what's going on here. Okay, that's fine. So, have I not sure what's wrong here. I mean, Matt, do you agree that that should return?
Yeah. It seems like that's what we did yesterday, except for with like different variable names, like the instead of proportion, I think, but was it instead of proportion, didn't we pass in the function donate proportion as the second argument, or no?
There's no error. There's nothing, is there?
No, just undefined. Donate proportion function.
That's a weird thing where.
Yeah, you need to give it a variable, no?
It's so weird. It has an address there, but for some reason that isn't the instance. I still don't understand that. Okay,
that's what we're looking for.
So is this on 954? Yeah. Oh no, that's the top. Let's make sure we're looking at the right bit. Oh, okay. All right, let's refresh the page. If I can think now.
That looks normal. Then, you need to press @ address. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what you did. Yeah.
I did that. Okay. Let me just see. Yeah, did that. So there it is. So inst.donation proportion. That's a function.
Yeah.
And calling it, get this thing about MetaMask doesn't support. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. That's different.
So maybe we just needed to refresh the page. Oh, we need to define that. Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
gonna have to slow down the video and
yeah.
But yeah, I understood what you did there, I think.
Okay, so now we just basically need that JavaScript in our JavaScript before we pass that value to the Elm object, yeah, to the Elm program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our JavaScript, yeah, in that index dot. No, not the index.html.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's in.
Oh yeah, because it's the script. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's here. We have that. We have.
And then you do the variable contract equals Web3 off. Yeah.
We need the ABI. We need. We don't need that. We need the line that says int.donation proportion. Yeah, we'll take that for now. In the callback, we'll start the Elm program. Okay, I think that's all we need.
Now, this information is something that you need to get ignore.
Which information?
Like everything that you're putting in this file. Like this is okay to be public.
Yeah, this is okay. Oh well, okay. This address, no, that's like a test address, isn't it?
Okay.
The ABI is okay. The address though will be unique every time when you're testing.
Yeah.
So let's yeah, it's a good point. And I'll put a comment in. Save it. And
right. So then when you put in the, do you not need to give that last instantiation? Do you not need to give that a variable name so that you can pass it into the full screen?
Yeah. So we need the output. This is what we're interested in.
Yeah.
And we do that, and then we put this in there.
Oh yeah, cool.
Right. Yeah, I think we need to put this on like that. I can't remember how this works. What we can do is make a var wrap there. Cool. Let's see if this works. We're missing Web3. That's the only thing. That's going to come. We need to wait for page load. So Web3 doesn't appear until the page is loaded. So if we run all of this code after the page is loaded, we should be okay. I need to close brackets there. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. This is really messy.
Yeah, but I mean, we can always refactor.
So the important thing is there's no 1% hard coded in there now.
Yeah.
And if we switch over to, we need to do it in Chrome because we need to serve it. Yeah. Okay, not even any errors. That's not very good. Let's just check that. Okay, we got the source. No errors. Okay, maybe this event listener is wrong. Let's check it. We can check quickly the MetaMask documentation. Oh, window.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that. I'll change that, but I'm not sure that's not important. Okay, let's try.
Oh,
Hey.
great.
I've never been so excited about such little.
Seeing 1%. Nice, man.
Cool. So that's 1% coming from a smart contract.
Great.
That's amazing. And now our employer can go there and verify that we're not lying about the amount we're planning on donating.
Yeah. Yeah, and when they call to pay with their money, they also say what they're expecting the percent to be. So if somehow it changes between them clicking pay and that signal getting to the contract, then the contract will like say, uh-oh.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Your employer has computer skills.
Well, more like it's for the employer's benefit. Because so yeah, if the percentage on the contract went down, like all of a sudden, because I knew they were just about to press click and I did it. Yeah, and they can see that ahead of time. They can know that they can be confident that it's going to be 1% no matter what.
Yeah, nice. Cool, man. Well, that sounds like a good stopping point.
Yeah.
They're cutting pie downstairs, and
yeah, it sounds very.
I think they'll eat without me if I'm not careful.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Nice. Thank you, Will, and good to meet you, Alan.
Yeah, good to meet you too, Alan.
Nice to meet you guys.
Let's talk on
very fun.
Great.
Let's talk on Slack.
Yeah, sure.
And whenever you want to set up the next one, Will, just let us know.
Yeah, sure.
Will do.
Cool. Enjoy your
walk.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, have a great time.
Same. Bye.
Bye-bye.